On Thai PBS World Tonight, the Thai government under Paetongtarn's leadership sets 10 policies for immediate implementation. Paetongtarn's mini heart gesture draws mixed reaction. And Southern voters say they will abandon the Democrat Party in the next general election. Good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nat Bunat.
I'm Frank Kanchi.
And we'll begin tonight with what has been happening in Thai politics. And of course, one of the biggest events for this week is the policy statement that will be delivered by the new Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra. So even though she will be delivering her speech by the end of this week, but some details have already been pre-released. So the Pheu Thai-led government has set out 10 urgent policies to be implemented immediately, and that includes debt restructuring, formalization of the informal and underground economy, reduction of energy and utilities charges, and the modernization of the agricultural sector. The other economic and social policies are the digital wallet scheme to stimulate the economy, promotion of small and medium-sized enterprises or SMEs, tourism promotion, addressing illegal narcotics and crime, as well as the promotion of social welfare and development. At the same time, the government has also attached importance to national reconciliation with the hope that this will be about cooperation from all stakeholders in the drive for economic, social, and political development. The government also pledges to restore political stability and to strengthen the democratic system to boost confidence among Thai and foreign investors through the drafting of a people's constitution, adherence to the rule of law, transparency, reform of the government bureaucracy, and the military, and improvement of public services. But regarding the geopolitical challenges, the government pledges to continue its proactive economic diplomacy and creation of the so-called soft power, and to maintain Thailand's established strategy of not getting involved in international conflicts. The government's policies are to be presented to Parliament by Prime Minister Paetongtarn on September 12th and 13th, and this will be followed by a debate. Meanwhile, the opposition People's Party is preparing about 40 MPs to grill the Paetongtarn government over its policies. And of course, party-less MP Sirikanya Tansakul said that the government, which is now being led by Prime Minister Paetongtarn, is actually not new, but it's really a successor to the previous Thai administration, and therefore the People's Party will demand to know whether the former administration's election pledges and the policies have been or will be fulfilled. She did promise that the government will be given a tough time during the debate because of the dismal performance of the previous administration in the past 12 months. So this will be something that we have to wait and see. The debate after Paetongtarn's policy statement this Thursday and Friday.
And I think, of course, Paetongtarn will talk about, of course, go to the parliament to deliver the policy statement by the end of this week. But I think the most important thing, of course, we see 10 urgent policies. Most of them are about economic stimulations. Of course, digital wallet scheme and all the SMEs stimulation, tax incentives. But I think one of the important things is the debt issue that we talk about, because the debt is quite high, no matter it's public debt, more than 60%, and the household debt, more than 90%. This is not acceptable for economists to propel the economy. So I think the Paetongtarn Shinawtra's administration has to put focus on these two. And of course, political stability.
Yes.
We might not see that right now because some analysts, political analysts, say that political instability is still in the country because they are guessing if Paetongtarn administration can really continue for a long time.
Right, and 3 years as the Prime Minister, there is a lot to prove for Paetongtarn. And even with the policy statement itself, some political analysts felt that this might have been like a carbon copy of what Thaksin said during the dinner talk a few weeks ago. But then, because there are a few things that are really similar to each other. One of them is the household debt and the reform of the economy. And we'll have to wait and see how she will perform from now on as well.
And the soft power too. They
Yeah.
always focus on soft power issue. That is food, culture, but how to make it really formalize and of course push it for Thailand's presence on the international stage to attract more tourism and constructive policies to attract foreign investors to Thailand. That's the key. And of course,
Right.
people's parties, I think the opposition's role is very important. How they convene and of course convey their messages in the parliament to grill the ruling party. Of course, Paetongtarn Shinawatra is the head right now. We will see by the end of this week. But
And they will have at least like 13 hours to grill the Paetongtarn government. So I'm excited to hear what Sirikanya will have to say in the parliament, and also the other opposition parties, also the Palang Pracharat as well. Would love to hear what they will say during the debate.
And of course, this is the first, of course, policy statement after Palang Pracharat break away from
Yes.
Thai. So it will be very interesting. And of course, Paetongtarn Shinawatra, right now our new prime minister, last week and last Saturday at the Parliament House, swore in with the cabinet, new cabinet. But the heart gesture, what is heart gesture? Can you show us? I think this is what
The mini
younger
heart
people,
gestures.
like young people, or right now the trend to take photos with a mini heart gesture. And this is what Paetongtarn Shinawatra showed us last Saturday. So of course, Thai netizens across social media platforms have had a mixed reaction to an incident in which Prime Minister Paetongtarn led her new cabinet members in performing a mini heart hand gesture. This is what she did and other cabinet members did. On the photo there, most of her cabinet members followed her lead until a government official informed them that the gesture was not appropriate due to them being attired in their formal all-white uniforms. Many took us to social media platforms such as Facebook and X to criticize her, suggesting that she would have been more aware of the gravity of her role as the Prime Minister of Thailand. One commentator said that she should have been more well-behaved. She's now the leader of the country and no longer the youngest child in the family. One commentator whose remarks were liked by many suggested that this incident might be just beginning of Paetongtarn's goals. This is the beginning. She has to learn more about behaving as the premier. Along the way, there will surely be more. Many others are showing support and sympathy, though arguing that at 38 years old, she's the youngest prime minister in Thai history. One supporter said the tasks of governing the country are probably challenging for someone so young. I believe she is a quick learner and has a good team of qualified people around her. Meanwhile, a supporter criticized those mocking her for politicizing the matter due to their dislike of her father and her party. They wrote, the PM made just a minor mistake, and once she realized, she stopped. Don't publicize it and stop mocking her. Another recommendation was for the Prime Minister to avoid reading comments on social media, as they often come from people who have nothing else to do. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra will report to work at the Government House the Monday, as of today, after the presentation of the government's policies to Parliament this Thursday and Friday. So she will go to the Parliament to work next Monday after public statement. But you can see some people feel cute to see those politician, political figures and cabinet members to show the heart, but some people say it's not professional.
Well, I have mixed feelings with this particular photo, because I think what Paetongtarn was trying to do is to make it a fun atmosphere. But when she realized that these gestures are inappropriate for this kind of photo, she just stopped instantly. But if you really spot that moment when she was told that, hey, these gestures are inappropriate for this kind of photo, when she was like this, right? She put her hands down immediately. So that means she realized that, okay, what she has done was not okay, and it should have been done like in other occasions that is not in a formal setting. Well, speaking of these mini hearts, I see nothing wrong with mini hearts for other occasions, but at least it's not this. I don't understand why people love to do this.
This is from South Korea too. I think it's from all the culture and all the trendy picturistic move here and put
Yeah.
it here kind of like a heart.
Oh, okay. So like your face is like also like
Yeah.
half of a heart.
Yeah.
And this is
yeah.
also a
Yeah,
heart.
another heart.
I think it has evolved from this first, and then the mini hearts like
one,
this, and then
yeah,
this.
the
This is
one
something that I didn't
don't
understand at the beginning. But then like at least she did not do this.
I think because we are not young anymore, so I understand. But I think for Paetongtarn and the cabinet members, I think of course the political sphere is always serious, always tough. And one time for the new prime minister, the youngest prime minister in the history, to show the heart, the mini heart, maybe it's a way to feel relaxed in political sphere. But of course, some people say that is too naughty in a way for prime minister to do that.
Or is she trying to make it more of a fresh image because the cabinet ministers are some new faces as well, especially that the new cabinet ministers, about 7 of them are women as well, and then maybe they're trying to make it more an updated version of the cabinet, make it more new and fresh and more relatable to the younger audience. But then many people say that this is not appropriate considering what they were wearing for that particular photo shoot. So online there has been a very heated debate between those who have been supporting Pheu Thai and Paetongtarn and those who don't. So you can see that there's a massive debate between the two sides. But one thing that we can mention that let's not politicize the mini hearts.
This is just a moment of breeze because by the end of this week, we will see the political statement and policy statement from Paetongtarn Shinawatra, the Prime Minister, and how the People's Party and other opposition party to debate in the parliament.
And now let's talk about another party which recently joined the Pheu Thai-led coalition. So the Democrat Party has officially joined the Pheu Thai coalition, and since the Democrat Party and the Pheu Thai coalition joined hands, we have noticed that the popularity of the Democrat Party has continued to decrease. And recently, opinion polls have shown that people, especially in the southern region of Thailand, which has been a stronghold for the Democrat Party, they said that they will no longer support this party anymore. And most poll respondents in 14 southern provinces say that they will not vote for the Democrat Party in the next general election. And this is according to an opinion survey by the National Institute of Development Administration, or NIDA. And the NIDA poll gathered opinions of about thousands of people from various educational and occupational backgrounds living in 14 southern provinces about how they feel about the Democrat Party's decision to join the Pheu Thai-led coalition and whether this decision will affect how they will vote in the next general election. And when asked about this, the poll mentioned that over 54% of the respondents say that they strongly disagree with the decision of the Democrat Party joining with Pheu Thai, while about 13% say that they totally agree. And when asked whether they will vote for the Democrat Party in the next election, the poll results show that 41% of the respondents say that they will not vote for the party. However, another 41% say that they are undecided, and 17% say that they will continue to support the party. As to which political party that they have confidence in the most, there's a separate opinion poll by Suan Dusit poll, which shows that the respondents trust in the People's Party more than the Pheu Thai Party. The chair of Suan Dusit poll says that the local elections are related to national elections, and unless the People's Party manage to defeat local politicians in local elections, the party is unlikely to win a landslide in a national election. And they also said that the relationship between the local voters and the local politicians is a key factor in the elections, not the party affiliation. So this is actually a tough task for the Democrat Party to regain their popularity, which they have lost, not only because that they have joined hands with the Pheu Thai Party, but previously they have gone through a number of controversies before. So that has affected the reputation of the Democrat Party, including some of the members as well.
And I think the key question is, what is the core value of this party? Because we've seen, of course, the last time Democrat parties became the prime minister is Kun Abisi. This dated back to late 2000s, and right now, of course, we see this poll is a very alarming message. About 17% of the respondents will continue to support the party in South, because this, as what you said, this is the southern part of Thailand is the stronghold of Democrat Party there, but only 17%.
That is very low, because before, when there were only two main political parties, Pheu Thai and the Democrats, you can see that there's like a difference, but this time around, you can see that their popularity has decreased to like a new low or something.
Yeah, dramatically, actually. Yeah. And of course, we might see a legend in politics falling very soon, because just according to this poll, it's very, very alarming message, 70%. And another poll show that People's Party will be far stronger than Pheu Thai Party, and they do not mention about Democrat. So that's the point, I think. And of course, we shift the economy and business in Thailand to in Bangkok. Maybe another legend in the business of department store will disappear very soon, because I think maybe 1980s, 70s people, they know this name, Dang Hoa Sen. Of course, I think as a foreigner, I know it too, because sometimes I've been there. Yep. It's a very historical department store there, but it might be closed very soon, because the local department store announced that they will be closing as the electricity will be cut tomorrow due to unpaid bills, while the company has yet to be able to come to an agreement with a potential new partner. Scores of people flocked to shop at Dang Hoa Sen department store's Thonburi branch today after reports went viral online that the store will be closed down for good tomorrow. However, according to an announcement from the department store addressed to employees and rented shop owners, the branch will temporarily suspend business because the Metropolitan Electricity Authority will disconnect the electricity due to overdue payment of the bill. The administration is currently in discussions with potential new investors and will resume business as soon as the talks are completed. Once the talks are settled, we will return to business as soon as possible. The main Dang Hoa Sen department store was opened 62 years ago before expanding the business to Thonburi in 1991. This misunderstanding that the Dang Hoa Sen Thonburi branch will end the business led many Thai netizens to post farewell messages to the department store. Some shared photos taken during their visit to the store. Other netizens rushing to visit the venue out of confusion took selfies and photos and shared them on social media. Meanwhile, a group of Dang Hoa Sen employees gathered in front of the department store demanding compensation for not notifying them in advance about the closure of the business, with many of them claiming that they haven't received their salaries since last year. I've been there. It's a very historical one. But some people think that it's quite outdated compared to, very big new department store like Arkan Sam or Sam Paragon. When you walk inside, it's sometimes you feel you walk into a department store established 50 years ago, because this is not a modern design department store, but it gives you the sense of nostalgia feeling. So have you been there?
Oh, I've never been there because I don't live in the Thonburi area. But knowing that it has been around for like 62 years, that means something to the communities there. And if you look inside the mall, like you said, the setting is pretty old, and it's more like a wholesale market inside a mall. Yeah. So if we compare it, it would be something along the lines of Platinum Shopping Mall or like Lalai Sap, something like that. But then this one is like 62 years. That might have been, that means a lot to many people there.
And and as what you said, I think this is the connection with the community residents. They think that, oh my God, this might be, when I was maybe 10 years old, 20 years old, I've been there, I shop a lot there, but right now, the fate is coming.
Right, but then whether they will reopen if they manage to come to an agreement with a new partner or they manage to pay all of the electricity bills, we might see it reopen again. But we're not sure about that. But we'll wait for the latest developments from the shopping mall as to how this will be resolved. But then with the rumors, with the statement that they will be closing down, that has confused and shocked many of the people in this community. And now let's move on to this story. So imagine having packed your bags, booked your flight tickets, and you have paid all of your tuition fees, getting ready to study in the UK, but then all of a sudden, a doctor just told you that you've been diagnosed with cancer just 1 week before you have to go to the UK.
It'd be terrible.
Terrible, devastating, whatever you describe that moment. And this was the story of Ireal Traisarnsri, who discovered that she was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer at the age of 27 and now living with the disease for over 13 years, and that has already developed into stage 4 breast cancer. She talks about how breast cancer has changed the way she thinks about life.
This is a healing art kit, an art book that is used to help cancer patients observe and handle their emotions in a creative way. In fact, anyone, including those facing burnout, can use it. This book is among many items from a fundraising social enterprise called Art for Cancer. Ireal Traisarnsri founded the project in 2011 when she discovered that she has breast cancer. Having cancer at the young age of 27 was already an ordeal. But learning the news 1 week before Irene was about to fly to the UK to start her master's degree was the most shocking.
ตอนนั้นก็คือเราคิดว่าเราแบบดูจะบอกว่าอายุยังน้อยสำหรับการที่จะเจอโรคมะเร็งอย่างเงี้ยก็ไม่เคยคิดว่ามันจะเกิดขึ้นกับเราแล้วก็ไม่มีใครในครอบครัวหรือคนใกล้ตัวเป็นเลยค่ะเพราะว่าตอนนั้นก็คือแบบปี54อ่ะย้อนกลับไปนี่หลายปีแล้วเราก็ยังไม่มีในอายุเท่าเรายังไม่มีใครไม่มีเพื่อนอะไรที่แบบว่ามาบอกว่าเป็นมะเร็งซึ่งพอรู้เราก็ตกใจมากค่ะตอนนั้นมันก็รู้สึกแค่ว่าแบบอนาคตที่เราวางแผนไว้ที่เรามองเห็นภาพชัดว่าเดี๋ยวเราจะได้ขึ้นเครื่องจัดกระเป๋าแล้วอ่ะมันก็ดูเหมือนรู้สึกว่ามันผิดหวังผิดคาดแล้วก็รู้สึกว่าพังแต่ว่าเมื่อเทียบกับชีวิตของเราอ่ะเราก็ต้องเข้าใจได้ว่าเนี้ยมันก็ต้องโฮไว้ก่อนเนี้ยค่ะ
Irene's initial dream was like many others, to become a successful artist, earn large sums of money, and to make herself and her family proud. But with her passion for art, Irene decided to turn things around, launching a project to help other cancer patients in need.
เราเรียนจบศิลปากรเราเรียน Apply Art ซึ่งมันสามารถเอาไปประยุกต์ใช้ในอุตสาหกรรมเกี่ยวกับศิลปะได้เยอะแยะแล้วเราไปเรียน Design Management ก็คืออยากจะเอาในเรื่องของแบบArt Design มาใช้กับธุรกิจอาจจะเป็นธุรกิจที่บ้านหรือว่าตั้งธุรกิจของตัวเองอะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็มองภาพว่าจะเป็นคนที่ใช้อาร์ตมาหาเงินได้แบบเป็นกอบเป็นกำเอาไว้ง่ายๆใช่ค่ะใช่อาจารย์ก็พยายามยื่นหนังสือ SE ให้อ่านตอนนั้นก็
After living with a potentially terminal illness for 13 years, the way she defines the meaning of life at the age of 41 is completely different. Now, her goal is simple, which is to live a meaningful life.
เป้าหมายแค่ขอให้เราแบบว่าอยู่ในทุกๆวันได้อย่างปกติสุขปกติแบบกินข้าวได้หลับได้ไม่เจ็บไม่ปวดอะไรอย่างเงี้ยคือชีวิตปกติของคนเราทั่วไปเนี่ยคือจริงๆแค่เนี้ยมันก็แฮปปี้แล้วป่ะแต่ว่าถ้าเราไม่มีเรื่องของความเจ็บป่วยเข้ามาเราอาจจะไม่เห็นคุณค่าหรือว่าความเป็นปกตินี่มันเพอร์เฟกต์ของมันอยู่แล้วเอาจริงๆคือจริงๆมันเคยมีแวบที่ออยแบบว่าเหมือนปิ๊งแวบขึ้นมาได้หรือเรียลไลซ์ขึ้นมาได้ในขณะที่หลังจากที่คุณหมอพูดว่าแบบเราเป็นมะเร็งอะเราเพิ่งรู้สึกว่า ไอ้ก่อนหน้าเมื่อกี้เนี่ยที่เราจะรู้ว่าชีวิตเราโคตรดีเลยแต่ทำไมเราไม่รู้วะ
In life, you can't always control what happens to you, but you can change the way you respond. As Irene advises, despair is normal, but people should not dwell on it and focus on what they can do in the present moment.
ไม่ใช่ว่าออยไม่เคยรู้สึกท้อไม่ใช่ว่าออยไม่เคยรู้สึกผิดหวังกับชีวิตแต่ว่าเหมือนว่าเมื่อเราเผชิญหน้ากับสิ่งที่เราไม่อยากเจอแล้วอะสิ่งสำคัญมันคือแบบ next step คือปัจจุบันเราจะทำยังไงที่จะลุกขึ้นมาหรือว่าจะเปลี่ยนแปลงเหตุการณ์นี้ด้วยการกระทำใหม่ของเรายังไง
Despite her struggles, Irene says she is proud to know as an ordinary person that she has inspired and empowered many cancer patients to live a positive life. In fact, knowing that her story became a source of hope for others still comes as a surprise to her.
เราไม่คิดเลยว่าเราจะมาถึงจุดนี้จริงๆเพราะว่าเราก็เริ่มจากใครก็ไม่รู้เราไม่ได้เป็นเซเลบริตี้เป็นอะไรมาก่อนเราเป็นแค่คนคนหนึ่งที่เหมือนอยู่ดีลุกขึ้นมามีใจที่อยากจะช่วยผู้ป่วยแล้วพลังมันส่งมาถึง
We gotta say that Irene's story is definitely inspiring indeed. And even though she went through trauma and shocking news, she decided to turn things around and use her love for art to inspire other people who are facing the same thing.
I think this is a story which can inspire those people who already passed the treatment or those people who now are facing the cancer, of course, this cancer treatment or all these devastating emotions that people could been through. But I think this story is very inspiring, as what you said.
Yes, because she still has some hope in her mind that she can do a lot of things to help people and inspire people and actually do good things for society as well.
Yeah.
All right, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Join us every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World's Facebook and YouTube Live. And don't forget to follow us on social media, including our brand new look for our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ